Very outraged fans suspect that Drake is disrespecting Takeoff on the song Shabang and appears to be mimicking the way that Takeoff passed. This song Shabang featured on the Iceman album, which is one of 3 albums that dropped today alongside Maid of Honor and Habibti, which is a total release of 41 to 43 tracks today. There's been a lot of backlash for the low effort that people are saying that came with this album. People are very much upset with the product that Drake just released just now. But this song that he did, which features a Takeoff ad-lib after he is mentioning someone being taken out of life, has everyone up in arms. Now what Drake just did is something that we know as stat padding. Now, one of Drake's ops, Russell Westbrook, was very much known for what Drake actually did. When Russell Westbrook was in the peak of his career, especially his tenure with the Washington Wizards, he would average like a triple-double, and it would be a forced triple-double. It wasn't like he would naturally just get these triple-doubles. He would often get in the way of his teammates to grab rebounds, force assists, and score a lot of points. And people labeled him a stat padder, meaning he was trying to cement his legacy in NBA history amongst the greats by way of getting in the way of his own teammates, stepping on their toes to increase his stats, giving himself a boost. In a similar way, Drake just did the same thing by dropping 3 albums in one. I believe he is the first rapper or artist in general to ever do such a thing in one setting with such a large catalog. He literally just flooded the market with music. Alright, he literally pieced together 3 projects with, I guess, 3 different themes, and people are genuinely upset. But not only are they upset with the product that they got, because a lot of people feel that it was very low effort, they also feel like there was some disrespect towards quite a few people who are not here with us anymore. One being the late Migos member Takeoff. So the song Shabang pretty much featured some Migos ad-libs in the middle of the hook. It was Quavo and it was Takeoff. Now obviously I can't play the song because I'm gonna get hit with copyright claims, so I'm gonna read y'all and show y'all the chorus. Drake goes Manish on the beat, Shabang, ooh, and that's Quavo. All of my ops, they dead. Why do they gas me up? Where does it go my head, mama? And that's Takeoff. So Takeoff is famous for that mama ad-lib in the Migos. That's always been his signature ad-lib. But funny enough, in these ad-libs, they don't even mention that Takeoff is in these ad-libs. Yeah, if you were to go to Genius or any other site that produces lyrics for songs, you won't even see Takeoff's name mentioned in any of these credits. But it's quite interesting that the chorus would include Takeoff with the lyrics that was said. So specifically in the hook, when Drake says, all of my ops, they dead. Why do they gas me up? Where does it go my head? And then you get the mama ad-lib from Takeoff. Takeoff literally lost his life in Houston, Texas at a bowling alley at Jazz Prince's birthday party because he was executed by way of being hit in the torso and the head. It says Takeoff, a member of the rap group Migos, died on November 1st, 2022 following a shooting in Houston, Texas. According to the Harris County Medical Examiner's Office, the cause of death was determined to be gunshot wounds to the head and torso, and the manner of death was ruled a homicide. The incident occurred outside a bowling alley in downtown Houston following a private party. Houston police officials stated that an argument broke out among a group of people after the event ended, leading to gunfire. Authorities clarified that Takeoff was an innocent bystander and was not involved in the argument or the gambling that preceded the shooting. He was 28 years old at the time of his death. So people feel like because Takeoff went out in this way, that Drake is trying to mimic in which the way that Takeoff passed away. That where does it go to my head? And then that whole Takeoff ad-lib followed is kind of rubbing people the wrong way. Are they reaching? or do they have a point? Initially, I had to really look at this for myself and be like, maybe they're reaching. I don't think Drake would really do this. But then I kept looking at other lyrics and I kind of figured, wait, I think Drake is purposefully trying to rage bait fans with this project. I feel like it's rage bait because we know of Drake to say very crazy things in the past. For example, in Family Matters, he said this lyric distinctly. Oh ish, it's all making sense. Maybe I'm Prince and you actually Mike. Michael was praying his features would change so people believe that he's actually white. That's a rage bait bar. This isn't Drake's first time doing anything in a rage bait fashion when it came to music. I mean, he also triggers the dancehall community by trying to act like he's from the Caribbean and doing dancehall records. I personally believe that Drake enjoys rage baiting. I think he likes making people upset. So because of that, why wouldn't he say a bar and then follow it with a Takeoff ad-lib and using a bar in reference to how Takeoff lost his life? I'm just saying, gang. Am I reaching? Oh, they reaching? Are we all reaching? Listen, this could all be a coincidence, but I just don't believe in coincidences. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. The mayor doesn't believe in any coincidences whatsoever. I think everything happens for a reason. Now, would this mean that Drake is trying to diss Takeoff? I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. I'm not going that far. I just think that he purposefully is saying things so he gets talked about more because it'll help boost the album. I just believe that Drake would definitely do something outrageous to get views. I think he would do something outrageous to up his streams. I think he would. To me, he's an extremist to some degree. I mean, the dude did just drop 3 albums all together to flood the market. And whether you like it or not, these albums will go #1 just off principle that he even dropped at all. Now, how long he remained in the #1 spot is a whole different conversation. But I do think that for a little bit, we're going to see Drake in a #1 spot on Billboard for multiple reasons. Now, was this Takeoff bar done in poor taste? I mean, it seems that way. I mean, did you look over these lyrics or did you just put them down, champ? I mean, it did take about a good 2 years for him to drop this album. I'm not going to lie. This was an album that was pushed multiple times. Or should I say albums, because we had absolutely no idea that we were going to get 3 albums. I guess he broke down the Iceman thing. One of the albums is called Iceman, but then there's 2 other albums, Maid of Honor and Habibti. So we weren't even expecting a triple feature. We didn't know that a triple feature was gonna happen. I don't think Drake really cares anymore. I'm gonna be honest, man. And I say this time and time again that rappers reach a certain phase in their career when they should just stop rapping. Like, they don't have to rap anymore. Rappers get burnt with time. Now, do all rappers get burnt? No, not necessarily, but there are a lot of rappers who have nothing more to give us. Like, it's over with. I feel the same way about Kanye West. I don't think Kanye has to make any more music whatsoever. I think Kanye has plateaued, reached his peak, and I think he's good. That's just how I feel. I feel the same way about Drake. I feel like he's done all he can do. He's gave us his best, and he just don't got no more to give us. And as someone who did hear this album, or these albums, because these are 3 albums, I'm gonna say this wasn't the best of his works. This was definitely very lackluster as far as I'm concerned. I've definitely heard way better from him, champ. I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely the worst product that Drake has ever given in his entire career as far as I'm concerned. They feel rushed, they feel forced, and there's a lot of him dabbling into different genres of hip hop as far as like South Florida, even jumped on a Bay Area beat. He was trying to jump into different pockets. I just don't think they was landing, man. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't think that they were landing. But I also think that he is continuing to diss people and rage bait fans, because I believe that he thinks that this is the only way that people will really just run the album back and back and back. And he's right. People are going to listen to it a lot because he is saying things that people want to catch. So regardless of how lackluster I may think this album is, or you may think this album is, People are going to keep running this thing back because they do want to hear the shots that were taken, especially if they were offended by any of the shots. Me personally, I'm not offended at anything. I mean, the man is doing what he does, man. He has to drop this album. This is his last album with UMG, who he did file a lawsuit against last year. I'm also under the impression that Drake would just throw slop at us or throw slop together because he's still upset at UMG. Listen, could you be mad at him? I mean, hey, I'm under the impression that Drake and Lucien had a falling out even before any beef or battle started. I think that Lucien Grange and Drake were not seeing eye to eye. I think something happened with Universal and Drake prior to any battle. And I'm not going to jump into any conclusions on what that may be. This is just my own opinion and how I feel about the situation. But as far as this whole Takeoff thing is concerned, do I think that this is just some very evil plot that Drake had up his sleeve? I mean, I don't know, champ. I just think that this is a lot of rage bait, man. I don't think Drake really cares what he does. I do think he is aiming to annoy and aggravate people for sure, though. I do believe these things. I'm not gonna lie. I think Drake had every intent to piss people off, not his fans, but other people that he knows gonna listen. Because let's be honest, people have been slandering Drake for a good 2+ years now. Like what, 2.5 years now? Like that battle happened 2.5 years ago at this point. Like, he's seen the reception. He's been on social media. He's seen what's been going on the last 2 years. So I think this was basically a response to all of that. If he wants to make balls and get people upset and take shots at people, we just have to expect it at this point. This is what he's been doing post the battle. This is just what it is, gang. We have to be real about the situation. But again, a lot of people feel some type way about this album and not in a good way. I haven't seen too many people saying that the album was great. But this album will be in rotation until it's no longer relevant. And that can be very fast because we know how things move now, especially in 2026 when it comes to social media. Here today, gone tomorrow. This is a good 15 seconds. But again, the question is, did Drake purposefully make this bar in the chorus to take shots at Takeoff or do something distasteful in regards to Takeoff just to get his streams up? I'm under the impression that he did. Just my opinion. I think he did. I think he did it because he wanted to upset a certain group of people, man. I think he did it because he wanted people to replay this. I think he did it because he wanted someone like me to make a video about it so people go and listen to the song to boost the streams. I'll be honest. That's how I feel about the situation, man. Was there really ill intent from him doing that? I mean, listen. Him just doing it, period, is nasty work. I'm not saying that it's not nasty work. It's definitely nasty work. But people feel like all press is good press. I mean, yes and no. There is definitely good and bad press. Press can make you or break you. Just like the press of your boy Drake being a Peter of the F's. Alright? Just like that got press. That's not good press. You looking that way is not good. Just saying. But all in all, man, hey man, the industry is the industry, man. It's a cutthroat industry in more ways than one. And this is just how it's going down. I'm going to be real. But hey, man, I need y'all to let me know how y'all feel about this. Gang. How do y'all feel about this in the comment section? Do y'all think that Drake had ill intent for the late, great Takeoff? Or was this just a coincidence? Are people reaching? Listen, I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, gang. Make sure you smash that like button if you have not hit that like. Make sure you also hit that hype button because it's incredibly essential to the mayor's growth. Please hit that hype button. And if you're brand new, I need you to hit the subscribe button as well. Turn on all notification bells to get all of the mayor's updates. And one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. Are you ready, gang? It's the mayor. Doing an only man New York mayor, F Mom Donnie, and you're rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham, and you already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. I'm up out of here, gang. Salute.